Sagittarius, welcome. Ali from Indigo Ascension. We're going to be doing your fortnightly reading for the last half of June, 15th through to the 30th. We've got a hotbed of retrograde activity going on, as well as we're finding ourselves in between an ecliptical portal. Okay, so we kicked off the month with a Sagittarius full moon lunar eclipse, and we're going to be seeing a Cancer solar eclipse on the 21st, which happens to also be a new moon in Cancer and solstice. Now, the five planets in retrograde this month are Mercury in Cancer. We also have Pluto, Jupiter, Saturn, and Venus. Okay, but Venus is going to be coming out of its retrograde cycle towards the end of the month, and a couple of days before that, Neptune will be entering retrograde. So there is going to be technically 6 planets in retrograde this month, however, only for a couple of days. Now, this energy, this retrograde energy, has been permeating since April now, and a lot of us are going in. It's an introspective energy. The retrogrades were encouraging us to engage with Sagittarius, and what that essentially means, you know, with those particular planets and their archetype energies, we're looking at our deeper shadows, okay, our deeper fears, our deeper drives, especially in the realms of love, connectivity, connection, intimacy. And that doesn't just have to be in romantic relationships. You know, we are taught our love language. We are taught about love in the very environments that we have grown up in, yes, but also to the relationships we have had as adults, you know, familiar, romantic, community, friendship, or otherwise. You know, love is a very big theme, and the way in which we're authentically connecting, more importantly, connecting to self. The rules we've been told to live by, Sagittarius, as encouraged by Saturn, you know, the ways in which our world has handed us a set of ideals, family values, religious values, whatever the case may be. What is norm is being questioned, and in many ways we can see that on the global level collectively with so much change going on. Is this time for change? Is this a time to do things differently than we ever have before? You know, with Jupiter going retrograde, we're really looking at the ways in which we've handled expansion, how we've allowed opportunity to present it on our path and within our lives. We've also you know, the ways in which we've actively said yes to life when life has offered us a chance at something, okay? Whether it's just to grow, to expand, to love, to live, whatever the case may be, you know. These are the energies at play, and by all means, all of us are feeling them on some level, but most especially empaths, intuitives, and sensitives, okay? It's a big month, but there's also a lot of opportunities that come with it. It's an amazing time for healing, regeneration and transformation, as is always the case when retrogrades hit the scene, and we get this on a cyclical occurrence, okay? So if we don't take advantage of it this year, it's always going to roll around in some way or another, depending on what energies are at play, whether these are the particular themes, but this is what's at play currently. This is what's available to us as we embark on our own transformation journeys, okay? Grounding is your theme that has come up, so maybe there is a need to connect into something that feels earthing. Grounding card from the Secret Language of Light, this deck is by Denise Jarvie, is number 6. So what is the number 6, numerologically speaking, is the number of harmony, bringing into harmony anything that makes you feel ungrounded. I'm definitely connecting into Sagittarians that are probably really making the most of this new-founded energy that you're embarking upon in your own healing journeys, in your own experiences, okay? You're feeling more grounded because of recent decisions, because of recent changes. If you haven't already, if this is your first time to the channel, please do go ahead and check out your June Practically Soulful monthly reading, as well as your other readings that are on the channel. It is only a new one, so it goes back as far as March. I also wanted to say, Saggy, on my Instagram page, I do weekly readings, okay? So they're just brief 2 and 3 minute videos. It's a nice little check-in to see, and I have noticed that the weekly readings for you, and also the last fortnightly reading, you know, is very much about letting go of the old, finding grounding in the transitionary, okay, as you make some changes, as you choose new in many different ways. Now, grounding is inviting you to get grounded in whatever way that makes you feel like it offers resonance. Okay, we are definitely a part of Earth. We are definitely connected to the cosmos. As sensitives, the best way in which we can ground is perhaps to emulate or connect into Mother Nature in many ways. Okay, this energy in of itself is deeply knowledgeable in cyclical activity. You know, Mother Nature, Gaia herself, has been through billions of years of transformation and changes, and she's very much equipped and able to move with the cycle and flow of life. But let's see what the tarot might want to tell when it comes to your story, Sagittarius, and certainly the frequencies I'm picking up on for the Sagittarius collective. Is this in between? Like, I'm feeling very in between with you guys. Like, one door's closing, one door's opening, you know. There's excitement there, yes. But there's also a need for rest is what I'm feeling. Like, I know I've got some things to do, and perhaps those things to do are more so connected with closing of the old. Whatever the case may be, relationship, career, personal experiences, your living conditions, whatever that is, okay? I feel very much like I'm wanting to connect in and ground, because I know that I need to tidy up a few things from the past in one way or another before I can fully launch myself into this new. All right, let's see what tarot wants to come up for you, my lovely Saggies. If this is your first time to the channel, guys, definitely thanks for being here. Please do go ahead and check out the description box below, where you will find links to my Facebook and my website address, as well as my Instagram, in relation to my work as an energy healer and intuitive reader. You'll hear me refer a lot to energy management, meditation techniques, as well as what I fondly call soul ascension healing, okay? Guys, don't bark. Sorry, my dogs are always in the background. Which I feel very much is the energy that is available to all empaths and intuitives and sensitives, or those that identify that they're on the awakening path, yeah? We're always ascending and growing out of old paradigms, old beliefs, old ways in which... Hey, come here. Come on. Come here. So... Okay, let's take a look at this energy, my lovely Sagittarius. I do see here... you're getting clear, or you're at least cutting away, okay? The ways in which you want to offer your love, the ways in which you accept love being offered in your life, the kind of experience you want to have when it comes to heartfelt expression, okay? The Knight of Cups represents what's going on for you right now, and what that means for you is represented by the Ace of Swords. Make no mistake, the Ace of Swords is getting strong clarity, okay? We're also leveling up, we're getting clear. All right, we're wanting to level up in many ways. We're wanting to offer heartfelt expressions. Take this however it resonates. This might be how you're feeling. This might be how someone is extending themselves to you, okay? The Knight is offering a heartfelt expression, okay, of truth, of desires, of wishes, whatever the case may be, okay? But we're very clear in the ways in... we're very clear about the ways in which we want to do that, and exactly clear about what's really in that cup, okay? When I'm offering myself, especially with this retrograde energy, we're really going deep. We're learning about the ways in which we've been taught to love. We're learning about the deeper drives and motivations when it comes to our love language, our experience and desires when it comes to intimacy, connection, okay? In the words of Teal Swan, you know, intimacy is very much about into me see. How have I been living my experience based on my engagements, my connections, my desires when it comes to love? Have I been desiring it in all the wrong ways? You know, am I growing and expanding out of old beliefs and paradigms? I'm talking to many Sagittariuses that are getting very crystal clear about the ways in which they offer their heart, and getting very crystal clear about the kinds of connections and what they will and won't accept in their lives, okay? This is also a leveling up, okay? Proposal, marriage, confirming a relationship, all right? But let's see where this might take us, okay? Because underneath this is a commitment, all right? The King of Coins shows up when we're looking at longevity, we're looking at long-term. A person, a place, a project, our new path is a permanency to us on a heartfelt level. We're getting very crystal clear about what it is and who it is we will and won't commit to. Okay, we're leveling up in many ways. We're making strong decisions around commitments and choices that will pave the path for the future, Sagittarius. All right, you might be connected into a Capricorn, a Taurus, or a Virgo. All right. Above this is the Four of Wands. And yes, it's traditionally the marriage card. It's also an awakening card. It's the 1111 card. This is the four walls, the two arms, two eyes that I want to call home. This is my sense of self that I come home to. The peace that feels like my recharge, okay? And that can be energy that is represented by a person. That could be energy that we experience when we begin a new path and we know this is where we're meant to be. I'm awakening to new ways in which to experience self and be excited about life by engaging my passions, my creative center, my fire body, okay? I'm passionate. I'm not only passionate, but I am committed to this new path, and I'm getting very crystal clear. I see after a time of a lot of communications, okay, in the recent past, the Eight of Wands shows up. It is also traditionally the Cupid card, the falling in love card. Falling in love with life, again, Saggy. When the Eight of Wands shows up, it's also, there's a lot of communications, a lot of online communications, back and forward messages. Perhaps I'm connecting into a lot of Sagittarius as that were, or have been recently, verbally, like this is what I want, this is who I am, this is where I want to go, this is what I want to commit to. I'm getting crystal clear with myself and the other about what will and won't be offered, how this is going to be paved, what it truly means to me. You know, it's not just a short-term thing. It's not just a short-term goal. This is what I want to call home, who I want to call home, Sagittarius, okay? Some beautiful energy to kick off your reading. But as we move into the final 2 weeks of the month of June, I do see I'm connecting into Sagittariuses. Perhaps this is why you're needing some grounding, because you're umming and ahhing about where to best invest, okay? This is not necessarily a choice between two people, but it can be. This is also a choice about how best to navigate this new path, this new commitment I'm making. How do I invest my time, my resources, myself, my energy, my love wisely so that an equal reciprocity can happen here? This is asking you to invest something. If this is clearly what you want, Sagittarius, okay, because I do see I'm connecting into many Sagittarius that are getting really clear. They're wanting to level up. They're wanting to express, okay? They've communicated this even, okay? They've experienced this energy, this falling in love energy, this Cupid's energy. They know deep inside what and who feels like home. However, there's a part of you, perhaps on the external planes, the material planes, on the ego planes, where you're juggling what needs to be invested. And I do sense here there's very much to do with a closing of a chapter. Remember how I said at the very beginning, okay, there's a strong sense of feeling in between, like I had to tweak a few things. Now, I do want to say, Saggy, you know, all of us can start new beginnings whenever we want. It is within our head that we think on some levels, because of our beliefs, that we can't begin something new until we do X, Y, Z, whatever that case may be. All right, and this is also the gift of the retrogrades. Who taught us to think like that? Who told us to limit ourselves when it comes to that Jupiter and retrograde energy, which is your governing planet, okay? Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and it will expand anything it touches. Now, for better or worse, when Jupiter goes in retrograde, we're being asked, how do we limit ourselves from opportunity? How do we limit ourselves from growth? Is it because we're telling ourselves rules? Because the reason I'm saying that is because the Two of Coins has shown up, and the coins rule the practical realms, the outside realms, the ego realms, if you like, what can be seen, what is tangible. So when I'm juggling, okay, with the Two of Coins, I'm wondering how best to invest, how best to move forward, how best to navigate. Because it's very clear, this energy, about where you're at, where your heart is at, where your passions are at, okay? Because this is about cups. This is also where your mind is at, all right? So I do see that many Sagittariuses feel on some level a practical need to close a couple of chapters, or at least a significant chapter in the past before you can step fully, because this is your next card, all right, into this new. Now, this might be something you've been avoiding, but a very big part of that is a deep release of old emotions. And I think this even came up in your weekly quick read on Instagram. Okay, this closing of a door, the world is both an ending and a beginning simultaneously, okay? There's probably even something significant from the last 21 years of your life in many ways, the ways in which you have held emotions, experienced emotions, old beliefs when it comes to the emotional realms, in the ways in which you have offered your heart, being clear about that or otherwise, the ways in which you viewed commitment, okay, who you've allowed to come into your center to be your home, how you've been that for others, okay. This is what I feel in many ways is being juggled, all right, because there's an emotional reset that is in asking you to do so that you can truly open up. Look at this. I'm not kidding, I can't make this stuff up. It's divine love. This is the Lovers card. This is also ruled by Gemini. We're smack bang in Gemini season. Gemini has also kicked off. Now they fall in your partnership zone on the opposite end of the zodiac, okay? Gemini and you have kicked off an ecliptical cycle this month, all right? I think Gemini's not till early next month, but you have kicked off an ecliptical cycle that will span the next 2 years, Sagittarius. All right, what you can achieve as far as head-heart decisions or really coming into sync with that, okay, which is how your reading started. All right, the energy of the swords is ruled by the head. The energy of the cups is ruled by the heart. There is a new beginning. The way in which you think about your emotions, the way in which you think about love offerings, okay, made by you, made by others. There's a new beginning here, okay? But in order to get to this new chapter, a deep release of old emotional residue is needed, okay? To bring you to this higher state of divine love, where there is genuine union between head and heart. That's what the Lovers card represents, okay? So these are under your deck. It's subtle energies, but it's felt nonetheless, okay? This represents your current reality. You are closing a chapter and you are beginning one. What it means for you, you're closing one so you can begin a new chapter. This is the last card of the major arcana. This is the first. Again, I can't make this stuff up. There's a refresh to the solar plexus. Gleefully wanting to step into the new without fear, without being tied to the baggage of the past. Look how much he carries. Nothing at all. And he's also got room for a bit of love. He's got a rose in his hand. Okay? Your hopes and fears, again, is falling in the realms of the energy of two. You can't see it, but you feel it. Okay? When the Two of Wands shows up, we can't see the manifestation yet like we can with the Three. We can only sense it. We can only put our worldly possessions out there. Look at him holding a globe. He's putting himself out there, okay? Maybe that's representative of his whole world. He's wanting to change his whole world. He's wanting to put his whole world out there. He wants to manifest this thing, relationship, new experience, pathway, whatever the case may be. He can sense it, but he's also hesitant in that two energy, yeah? He's been gifted with a spark of life thanks to the Ace of Wands that came before this. And now he's sitting in the two energy, which can go either way. We're risking something knowing that we might not always get exactly what we want, but we choose to risk nonetheless, or we can choose not to. And that's where you're at. All right? You do finish with the Three of Coins, Sagittarius, which is a beautiful, practical beginning. I feel like I'm connecting to many Sagittariuses that will choose to invest, that will choose to take a risk, that will choose to move forward in one way or another and make a start, okay? New chapter, new project, next level of your current relationship, new relationship. Apply it however you wish. There's teamwork involved though. You're going to have to invite someone in, okay? If you're used to doing something on your own, this is a collaboration energy for sure. But I do want to say, my lovely Sagittariuses, this might be relevant to you. This might be relevant to the people you're connecting into. Because the Two of Coins is here and we're juggling, we're wanting crystal clear. We're feeling like we have to juggle something, okay? Maybe you're juggling your career with an important relationship. Maybe you feel your energies are divided. You want to give your all or more of yourself to a certain connection, a certain chapter of your life, a certain project, whatever that is. But you feel like you are juggling and deciding how best to juggle yourself, okay? Ending the reading like this shows us that we'll, you know, that we will choose a beginning, okay? But I do want to say I'm connecting into Sagittarius here that feel like they're juggling themselves between two, either two people, two realities, two important projects, okay? Because this is third-party energy. That is a third person involved here. There's an influencing energy. Maybe I'm connecting into Sagittarius that want this, okay? But in order to get this, they know that they're going to have to juggle that third input, that third voice, that third reality that is an influence in this coming together of a two. All right? Because there's only two here. There's only room for two. 22. Okay, divine partnership, which is represented by the Lovers. There's only room for two. I feel that's relevant to say for some Saggies out there. I do want to say, Sagittarius, this whole experience, though, where you're at, okay, is a leveling up. Okay, you've got a lot of progressive energy here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Base chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, heart chakra. There's an upgrade here, okay, to the chakra systems, to the energy body, okay? You're in progressive mode. Maybe you will notice, okay, that 1, 2, 3, 4. There are steps to this thing that you're doing, and a big part of that first is a letting go, all right? This Cancer new moon and Cancer solar eclipse is 0 degrees, guys. So it's a 0 point energy, which invites us into the cosmic womb. Cancer is represented by the divine feminine, okay? It invites us into the ways in which we grow things, nurture things. This thing wants to be nurtured, Sagittarius. This relationship, this new chapter in your life, this important thing that feels like home to you, okay? It wants to be nurtured. It wants you to get grounded so that you can truly get to the center of self, the center of your truth, and determine how best to start, if that truly involves another or not, okay? Because there's only room for two. All right, you do have this stuff here as well going on. There is a risk, okay, that you will sort of, without getting grounded, without getting clear on who you are, where you want to go with this, okay, you can end up sort of feeling like this about it all if it feels too much. Because I keep feeling I need to say, let go of the old ways of believing, let go of old influences, relationships, contributors, opinion holders, the ways in which you should be living your life and how you've gone to certain people for advice, family or otherwise, okay? This is about you. We're closing a chapter. But I see here, I keep hearing loyalties are divided when I see that, all right, which explains this juggling energy. It's time to let go of heavy emotional baggage, all right, to really align head and heart and go with love. There's a new way to live, and that is the invitation, Sagittarius, okay? Let's finish off with a beautiful unicorn card from Oracle of the Unicorns. You've got 2 twos, Master 22, the Master Teacher. There's something here that life has taught you when it comes to, because you're getting very clear, when it comes to your idea of relationships, commitment, love, the way in which you allow yourself or not to offer your heart, the kind of love you have been offered and have experienced, the ways in which you have felt you have had to constantly juggle 2 parts of yourself, your desires and your needs, whatever the case may be, all right? The ways in which you've allowed yourself to start, risk new beginnings, and really work with this Jupiter retrograde energy to invite yourself into opportunity and not to hold yourself back from it. All things, connections, people have a purpose in our life, okay, to activate us and take us to that next level. It's time to, when we do get grounded, we can ground ourselves in this eternal truth and bring into harmony the whole timeline, Sagittarius. Let's finish off with a beautiful Oracle of the Unicorn card. That one. Gentleness. Be gentle with yourself as the sun sets on the chapter of your life, my lovely Saggy. Look at that image. There is beauty in the sunset, as much as endings and closures and, you know, the ways in which old versions of ourselves fall away. There is grief energy there, yeah, but we can't doubt the fact that there is beauty in a sunset. It offers promise. getting grounded in this in-between energy, this transitioning period you're in, Saggy. You know, it can feel uncomfortable because the night is not clear. We can't see clearly in the evening. We're having to rely on our intuition. This is a time coming up for you where you really have to go with what feels right for you. Once you're grounded, being gentle with self and trusting the magic of the evening, that it will promise a dawn, okay? But for now, there's some sort of celebration. There's some sort of melancholy letting go of an old, okay? An old day. The sun is setting on a chapter of your life, a version of you. Be kind to yourself and others and honor your gentleness. Speak words of love. As you empoweredly move forward and make choices that are right for you, open your heart to new ways of living and loving and following your divine intuition. Letting go of the old ways of believing, seeing, keeping yourself restricted from expansion and genuine divine love. This relationship always starts with self first. Okay? And there you go, my beautiful Saggy. That was your reading for the second half of June. I hope you have found resonance in that. Please do go ahead and check out the channel for your other videos, okay, for your readings for June, because the frequency permeates. The date range is something I just use for myself, okay, as a filing system. But frequencies are eternal, so these messages will find you at exactly the right time they are meant to. You might find other messages relevant to you on the channel when it comes to your rising sign and your moon sign, your Jupiter sign, your Venus sign, whatever the case may be. Okay, and like I said, new to Instagram and only on Instagram is the quick read, where you will get a quick check-in on your energy for the week. All right, my lovely Saggies, I hope you found resonance in there, grounding, gentleness, and allowing yourself to experience a new way to live and love. It seems beautiful and promising. Work with that eclipse energy, okay? We're eclipsing anything and everything that is part of our old story, and that includes parts of you. All right, my lovely Saggies, have a great final 2 weeks of June. I'll see you for your July readings. Take care.